Today on App Judgment, an artillery game with dive-bombing birds. This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by Squarespace. Welcome to App Judgment. I'm David Prager, and today we're looking at a game for the iPod Touch, iPhone, and iPad called Angry Birds. There are two versions of the game, an HD iPad version and an iPhone iPod Touch version. This game is straight up old school style artillery game and is extremely simple to play. The goal of the game is to hurl birds from a slingshot and kill pigs. So before we go further and show off the game, I really got to make sure you know exactly why these birds want to kill those pigs. The answer is because they're not just angry birds, they're straight up pissed. They have a very short temper, and as you can see here, if a mosquito so much as touches one of their eggs, these birds will kill and then beat that mosquito like a dead horse. So you can imagine how much more angry they'll get if a pig steals an egg. They'll go straight kamikaze on that ass. Anyway, I felt it's important for you to know why you're hurling birds at pigs before we moved on to the game. So now that we've got that out of the way, we'll start with the level play. For each level, you get a set amount of birds to hurl in order to knock down obstacles to fall and kill the pigs, to make the pigs fall, or to crash your bird directly into the pigs. The fewer birds it takes you, the more bonus points you get when you've killed all the pigs. As you complete levels, the game gets harder, presents you with more obstacles, and you have to get a little bit craftier. In the early levels, you've got these red guys as your birds. Now, before we look at the rest of your arsenal, let's give a shout out to our sponsor.
App Judgment is brought to you by Squarespace. Blogging is so easy when you use Squarespace, and now you can manage your entire Squarespace site on the go with the new Squarespace iPhone application. You can post and edit blog entries, upload pictures on the fly, manage content, save drafts, preview your updates, and even better, access your site's statistics. Snap photos on your phone and quickly post them to your blog, or easily draft blog posts directly from your Post tab. All of your current tags and categories will be there as well. So try Squarespace today with a free 14-day trial, no credit card or deposit needed. Should you decide to move forward with your new fancy blog, use the code AppJudgment to get 10% off your order. Do that and you will help us give you more app reviews.
Okay, back to your arsenal of kamikaze bird weaponry. First, you've got your red birds who simply fly off the slingshot and crash into objects. In later levels, you get these little blue guys who pack less mass on impacting objects, but while you're in midair, you swipe the screen and they split into a trio of little bombing birds. Next, you've got these yellow birds where the strategy is to crash into objects with as much speed as possible for the greatest possible damage. While the yellow bird is in flight, you swipe the screen for a speed boost. Next, you've got these black birds who are essentially bombs, and when you hit the screen, they'll explode. And last, the white birds here, when you hit the screen on them, they'll drop an egg as a bomb. Now, if there's more birds with more capabilities than that, well, I haven't gotten far enough and haven't unlocked those birds yet. Now, don't forget about strategy when you're playing in this game here. There's so many different ways that you can use these different birds. When your speed bird is going down, you can give them the speed boost there. You can split up your trio of birds at any time. There's a lot of cool and fun ways that you can figure out what to do to get around the obstacles to pass the level. So, let's move on to the pros and cons. First, the physics engine in this game works perfectly well, and it's a lot of fun to be able to predict what's going on. It gets addictive as you get challenged and keep trying to solve problems, and I guess in gaming, addiction's a good thing, right? And finally, the game is very simple to play, but provides just enough complexity to keep you thoroughly engaged. Now onto the cons. The game is almost too simple, and it's about pissed off birds. Also, it'd be nice to be able to more easily track your previous shots so you can improve upon your mistakes. And finally, once you've touched the slingshot, you can't let go of it to go back and see what you want to do. And when you're in the middle of the game and you have one bird left and you can't let go, it really kind of sucks. In closing, I love artillery games and I've played them for probably 15 years. For some reason or other, I was skeptical about this game, maybe because it's about hurling birds at pigs. But I gotta tell you, I love this game. The iPhone version is easily worth $1 and can provide hours of fun. Definitely download this game. The HD version for the iPad costs 400% more and is exactly the same game, but a higher resolution. I say don't download. Instead, download the iPhone version for your iPad and it looks just about as good and you'll get the same amount of fun and enjoyment. So what do you think? Send me an email at appjudgment@revision3.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or our homepage at revision3.com/appjudgment. Thanks for watching.